And once again, rule number one on the five things to do to protect yourself. Rule number one: never change. Never, ever do any exchanges outside the court-appointed court order. Don't. If her car breaks down, if there's an incident where she has to bring the child, they got Uber. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. If she is sick and she says, I need you to keep the child for a week because my family's sick and I don't want the baby to catch it, don't do it. You may think that I'm being harsh, or you may think that it is wrong in what I'm saying. So let me elaborate. If y'all had to go to court and have a court order, then y'all are already at a not understanding. Think about that. What I just said was, do not under any circumstances take the child. This sounds harsh. I just said it doesn't matter if she's sick. It don't matter if there's an outbreak of something at her family's house. And she says, I need you to take the child for 2 weeks so the child don't catch it. Don't. What she needs to do is make all the arrangements on her end. And the reason why that woman already spoke, she do not want to work with you. You are not an emergency help for her. You're not. You are not a AAA dad service, get back together for her. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Atia LaShawn Bradley came to me after I put child support on her, suckered me. We down there at child support. We need to work together, blah, blah, blah. Because I had custody. I went to put custody on her. Oh, we need to work together. I fell for that nonsense. I fell for the nonsense. We was in there. We gonna work this out. Oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. As soon as we left that courthouse, Atia said, do you feel that twinkle in your bun hole? Atia LaShawn Bradley said, do you feel that twinkle in your bun hole? That's what Atia LaShawn Bradley did to me. Any changes that the mother want, go to court and get it in the order. What's going on, money? I see you. Get it in the order. Once again, do not, under circumstances none, do not be like thousands of individuals that I helped over the 20 plus years I've been doing this. Do not be like thousands of the 20 plus individuals that I helped. I had about 6,000 to 7,000 individuals call me up, do one-on-one consultations with me under the context of they shouldn't be paying child support. Well, why shouldn't you be paying child support? Because I always have the kid. What do you mean you always have the kid? What does the court order say? Oh, the court order says that I got weekends, but I always had a kid. So here's what individuals want to do. And I'm gonna tell y'all why individuals do it this way. Give me a second. This is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna tell you why individuals do it that way. I'll tell you why individuals do it that way. Give me 1 second. We're going to talk over here. Really? What the heck? What just bloody happened here? All right. Let me tell you why you fathers choose to go this way. You fathers, when a woman says, I need you to take the child, you say, okay, but you don't want to poke the bear. No, you don't. You don't want to poke the bear. You want to take the child and then wait till you think you got enough collateral. And then instead of go to courts and say, hey, I got the kid, you want to call me to strong arm her. So you call me and you want to think that I'm going to be like, oh, we're going to strong arm her. No, take your scaredy cat ass to court. Go to court. Go to court. It's the reason why a lot of you individuals, as I stated, I helped about 7,000 individuals in my career. About 7,000 individuals in my career. Let me say it again. Under this same narrative. This same narrative. They don't have custody of the kids on paper, but they leave court and the woman says, oh, I got an emergency. You take the kid. And they done went to court and told the judge, appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. Stop. Come with me. Stop being come with me here. They went to court. He don't know how to wash his hands. Your Honor, I went to his house. There was directions on his soap. Your Honor, I just don't feel as though he never knew how to take care of the kid. All these narratives. And then leave court and y'all best friends and you love it. Yeah, you do. You love it. You love it. Yeah, you do. You want to be friends. So when she say, come take the kid, you be like, oh, well, if I take the kid, maybe I'll get some, she'll stop child support points. I want those stop child support points. I want those stop child support points. I want those points. Yeah, you do. You want those stop child support points. Yeah, you do. You want those points. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You want them. You want them. You ain't getting them. You ain't getting them. And guess what? I don't blame her. You a dummy. That's what you are. You the big dummy. You are the big dummy. Appreciate those thumbs up, individuals. Checking me out here tonight, both on the Blog Talk Radio Network on the Dads Inc. and Dads Trading for Child Support, of course, on YouTube. Remember, y'all, you know somebody that's going through this nonsense, have them text area code 732-875-9111, and you will be texting a very, very beautiful woman named Lydia Walker. She does all my bookings and she does office operations. You're going to text Lydia. And you're going to say, I need one of those $50 consultations. She's going to send you our Venmo starting next week. We'll be able to send you a link where you can pay with your credit card. And I need to tell you this, like I always tell individuals, 70%, that is a very high number, but 70% of all individuals, when they do a one-on-one consultation with us, they do not need us for service. They don't need us for court coaching, nor do they need us for document prep. They get everything they need out of that $50 consultation. So text once again, 732-875-9111, $50 consultation when you're ready, of course, to 732-875-9111. All right. I'm talking about the 5 things you can do to protect yourself once you and that woman break up. The 5, that's right, 5 things you can do. Thing number 1 was never make any changes outside the child support order, or I'm sorry, the custody order. Never make any changes. Don't do it. All right. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go with rule number 2. That's right. Rule number 2. Never under any circumstances do you talk to that woman on the phone. I'm going to need a minute on this one. Never under any circumstances do you talk to that woman on the phone. Never. I don't care if it's an emergency. I don't care if you pick up that phone and you see her number, send her a text, say, can't talk, text me. I can't talk, text me. Let me tell you why. I can't tell you how many individuals, this is about 50,000. Yep. About 50,000 individuals I've talked to in the last 20 plus years of doing this. I've talked to about 50,000 individuals that got restraining orders based on something that she took out of context. Listen to what I just said. I'm going to say it again. I done helped about 50,000. I have spoken to about 50,000 individuals in the last 20 years that got restraining orders over something that she has taken out of context. Remember, y'all, if you don't remember nothing else, women don't listen. They interpret. This is why, more than anything, you'll hear a woman say, so what you trying to say is? Because you say something to them and they sit down there and their brain just go out into the Thaddeosphere. That's way out. Way out in the Thaddeosphere. I'm sure there's a Thaddeosphere somewhere in another galaxy. That's why I say it's way out there. Their thought process go way out in a Thaddeosphere. And they come back. Oh, so what you trying to, let me do my dance. So what you trying to say is, and you're like, that is not what I said. Next thing you know, she goes and she takes it full throttle and go gets a restraining order. Never talk to a woman. Text her only. Once again, if she calls you and you say, hey, can't talk, text, and she call you again, can't talk, text, don't ever in your life, don't do it. Don't do it. And I want to be clear. I want to be clear with what I'm about to say. You know the type of woman you need to do this with. And these 5 things that I'm saying right here tonight, you know the degree in which you need to push it. You don't need to do all 5 of these things maxed out to the 5th degree. I just had to. Let me see. Drama, the salary reason. Keep informed. Do not underneath talk. All five of these I had to take to the max. I had to take to the 5th degree. I had to take them to the ultimate. I had to. Do not, under any circumstances, I want you to listen. Listen. Do not, under any circumstances, talk to that individual on the phone. Text her only. I'm going to tell you guys a story about an individual that I was helping. I'm going to tell you guys about an individual that I was helping. in Texas. The first time I heard about this. I was helping an individual in Texas, and him and an individual was going through some ups and downs. And he gives her a kiss, goes to work. And he calls her, either he said on his break or for lunch. They got into an argument. When you left out this morning, blah, 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 blah. He said by the time he got home, he said, yo, Solo, she went down there, got a restraining order, and had the cops waiting for me at home when I got off. Now, what I'm saying to you is this. What I'm saying to you is this. That example is kind of like this. That was an individual that was living with a person. Hey. You're scratching on the door. What are you doing? What are you doing? What you doing? Yeah, that was an individual that they lived together. All right. So it's just kind of funny to see the door shake. Because one thing about that dog is he don't open doors. He's a good dog. He don't open doors. You put him in a room and close the door. He's like, okay, I'm good. You know, he's not an aggressive, gotta move. But I use that example because they were married. They were married. And if they were married and that happened, what do you think? What chances do you have if y'all don't live in the same house? Let me this TV. So, they were married. And if they were married and that happened, you got to understand something. You don't have a chance. With y'all not being in the same house, you don't have a chance. What I'm simply doing here tonight, over on the Blog Talk Radio Network, Dads Inc., and of course, Dads Traded for Child Support over here on YouTube, I'm simply exposing you to the narrative and the thought process of these individuals when y'all break up. That's what I'm doing more than anything. If you don't understand anything, if you don't get anything out of what I'm saying here tonight, understand that. That's what you're getting. All right? You're getting that. All right? So never under any circumstances talk to individuals. Always text them. Texting gives a record of what y'all talked about, and it doesn't give them any chance to lie on you. It doesn't. All right. So let's move on to the next one. So number 3. This one is kind of weird. But a lot of you fathers do this, and you need not to do it. This is what you need to understand. Now, number 1 was never allow her to make changes to the court order, to the drop-off pointer. Don't. and understand, be ready to file contempt court. Don't take, she ain't let me see the kids to court. Don't do that. This is why I tell a lot of you guys, you don't get with a father's advocacy group. I'm not saying mine. And you go about this thing all wrong. And what happens is you end up screwing yourself. All right. So number one was never allow any changes outside the court order. Don't. I can't tell you the thousands of individuals that I helped over my 20 plus years, about 7,000 to be exact, had custody of the kid, but on paper they only had weekends. And then they called me up trying to strong arm. Yeah, I said, well, why, when she gave you the kid, why didn't you take her down for child support? Because he knew that she would then change her mind and take the kid back. So y'all want to tippy toe and get your bunhole played with? Cool, that's what you do. And of course, number two, never ever text. Text only, never ever talk. And of course, so we get down to number three. Don't ever get down with her family. Don't do that. A lot of you guys, I don't know. I don't know why y'all do this. I don't know what y'all thinking. I don't know why y'all do this. I don't know what y'all be thinking. Why do y'all try to get cool with a member of her family to try to get them to be on your side? I don't know why y'all do that. I don't know why y'all say things like, I was talking to her brother and he even said she crazy. I don't know why you did that. 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 I don't know what you was thinking. I'm trying to figure out what's going on in your head to make you think that you can sit up there and, what's the matter, Quattro? I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what's going on in your head to make you think that you can sit there and think that you're going to have allies with this woman. So I don't know what it is you're thinking. I don't know why you think. I don't know what is going on with your head that make you think that you can be friends with her brother. Her sister says she crazy. This is what y'all be coming at me with. Her sister says she crazy. Her brother even said that he did her other baby. She did her other baby daddy like that. All this. I'm down with her family. Ammo. Don't do that. 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 Don't. I don't understand why y'all do that. I really don't. I don't understand why y'all do that. You do not have an ally with anybody in her family. There's not you and nobody in her family is cool. They're blowing smoke up your behind and you're going along with it. Y'all not cool. Stop. Just stop. Just stop. Stop doing it. Please. I can't tell you how many individuals. I was talking to one individual down in South Carolina. Let me tell you about this super dummy. This individual said, her father this, her father that, her father. I said, her father what? I said, what about her father? Oh, I was trying to talk to her father and he was cool with me at first until we went to court, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, bruh, why did you do that? Do not, under any circumstances, think that you can be cool with a member of her family. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Don't do that. Don't do that. Reason number 4. Now, what I want to do with this is I want to tell you guys. That when you do have to drop off the child, establish the reason in court. Establish the reason in court, meaning this. Establish it in court that you want to have a witness with you Establish in court that you're going to bring somebody with you. She is not to say anything to them. They got nothing to do with this other than to be a witness, or you want this witness. Here's what a lot of you fathers don't do. A lot of you fathers do not establish her wicked ways in court like you should. You go to court and you allow her to dictate the terms of what's going on, the situation that y'all have. You let her dictate them. And by letting her dictate the terms, you now go to court, and when something happened, there's no forewarning. There's nothing like forewarning the court. So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. In 2012, I found out that Atia LaShawn Bradley had a restraining order on me from 2010. And so I goes to court, and Atia LaShawn Bradley, when it was her turn to cross-examine me, no, I'm going to take it. When the judge said to me, before we get started, I have to tell you that this restraining order will affect your involvement with your children, blah, 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 blah. I said, Your Honor, may I? I said, you can give her a restraining order for 20,000 years. I'm not interested in nothing she got to say. I'm not interested. I said, I haven't seen this woman in 6 years. I haven't seen her in 6 years. I have no reason to see her or her child. I said, you're trying to restrain me from something I'm not trying to restrain. No, I'm not. No, we ain't doing this. And he was like, is that true? He asked Atia, is that true? Yeah. Yeah. How that there they say in the streets, you got me effed up. You got me effed up. You got me effed up. For real. I'm not trying to see this chick. I'm not trying to see this chick. And no. So in addition to that, he asked me about some evidence. He asked me before we get started, is there any evidence you'd like to submit? I said, evidence that I would like to submit. I opened up, I said, what I'm looking at here, I said, okay, you said I had a silver 9mm handgun. I'm not here to prove nothing. I'm here for you to prove to me that I had a silver 9mm handgun. Don't ever remember purchasing it, touching it, anything. In addition to that, this address that you got down, I need you to give me proof that I in fact lived at that address. Don't ever remember living at that address. You also say that I gave her a black eye. Okay. No, she said I gave her a black eye, son. So I took my shirt off. I took my blazer off. Oh my God. Oh my God. I took my blazer off. And I said, there's no way. Unbelievable, this phone. Oh my God. I said, there's no way that I would punch you and give you a black eye. I would do a lot more to you than that if I punched you. I'd like to see court records. I would like to see pictures, things of that nature. And of course, of all things, if I gave her a black eye, Your Honor, and I turned to the jury, I would love to see the arrest report. I mean, after all, if she's bringing me to court just for putting a flyer on her door, don't you think she would have had a chance to arrest me if I gave her a black eye? So I'm eager to see that incident, the proof of that incident. So you guys got to understand, protect yourself at all costs. Take a witness with you. Lastly, what I want you guys to always understand, I want you guys to understand that you should and always keep your children informed. Keep your children informed. You are doing a great injustice by not keeping your children informed. Trust me when I tell you, keep your children informed. It's the reason why we heard Russell Simmons' daughter kicked dirt on him like she did because she was not informed. When your children is not informed, your children will only understand the mother's narrative. Allow me to give you an example of what it is I'm talking about here tonight on the Block Talk Radio Network, on the Dash Inc., and on the YouTube channel on the Dash Traded for Child Support. I'm here every night from 8 to 10, but tonight is Friday, so I'm going to do this last one. I'm going to take it down. We are back to monetized over here. So we're going to do our 2-hour show as promised. I promised 3 hours, but I realized that I got my other shows going on in the day. So I'm going to be dedicating about 5.5 to 6 hours every day creating content. So I will give Dash Traded for Child Support, I will give this channel its due by giving it a 2-hour show between 8 and 10. I don't know what I'm going to do at times I'm going to do it on the weekend, but do subscribe and and stay posted. All right. So I have a friend of mine that married a woman, and when her son was 2 years old. He is now 32, and that his son told him something about 3 years ago. And his son told him, Dad, if you and Mom ever divorce, I'm going with you. Why do you think his son told him that? Stepson. Got a biological daughter, which is clearly and obviously what he tells me is siding with the mother. But so let me tell you that the son, the reason why the son said this, the son was brought up to speed on the logic and perspective and narratives of women. Therefore, the things that his mother do, he looks at it like, that's that BS. And my child's mom do the same thing. And that only happened because what he did, was he kept his son abreast of everything that was going on. And you should too. Good night, y'all.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Later.